So I almost sold my Mercedes W210 that I'm currently sitting in right now. I had the photos taken. I had even uploaded the photos onto Facebook Marketplace and put the ad up. And I had instant interest in the car with the buyers, and they really wanted to see the car. And it most probably would have been gone in 24 to 48 hours. And then this happened. Look, we all get tempted to sell our cars and always scrolling on Marketplace to see if there's a deal out there that you want to get. Or maybe you switch your mind and be like, you know what, I don't want to be in this kind of car anymore. Maybe I want to go off-roading and get something that I can take off-roading and, you know, just lift it and not have to worry about it. At least this is what I was thinking. And I started looking into market and quickly realized that there's nothing out there for $5,000 with this kind of condition that would give me this much joy. Yes, you could get cars that are around $5,000. You could get an old Nissan Pathfinder or even an MDX. I was looking at the Acura MDX because I wasn't looking for a heavy duty off-roading. I just wanted to go, you know, a little bit off-roading to these beaten paths, trails and stuff here in British Columbia. You can go to these nice lakes and, you know, to these campsites, and that's something that I was looking for. But to be honest, I looked at Marketplace and there was nothing there. And that's when the panic started to kick in. I really took a step back and started to see what this car gives me that other cars won't. And there's so many things. First of all, this is such a nice car to be in. Everything is just right. You know, it has enough technology, but it's not overbearing. You have leather seats, you have the V6 engine, you have rear wheel drive. It's in great condition. It's, you know, iconic design when it was moving away from those 90s and going into the 2000s. So it's almost a modern classic. And when I started comparing this car to others, and even not going for the off-road option, I was looking at Honda Civics, older Corollas, Subarus, you know, all these cars that you can get, but they didn't compare to this car. And I'm not saying those cars are bad. I love those cars. I love Honda Civics. I love Toyotas. You know, they're super reliable, really good daily drivers and stuff like that. But switching to those cars by getting rid of this one, I just couldn't do it. Every single time I would go on the Marketplace and see if there's something that would come up, and there's nothing. And you know, Mercedes, especially older Mercedes or German cars, get a bad rep that, you know, they're painful to maintain, they're a money pit. But this car, this is just the right amount of tech and analog mixed together that gives you the confidence that you will be okay, right? The brake changes, the brake pad and the rotors are not super expensive. Any mechanic can really change it. They're not overly complicated. Oil changes, transmission oil changes, engine oil changes, nothing, you know, too complicated there. The engine, bulletproof engine. I don't want to jinx it, touch wood, because this is real wood on the dash. And, you know, it's been smooth. And recently, to get more sound out of this car, I removed the muffler, and you've seen it in the previous videos that it sounds amazing. So the idea of this car being expensive to maintain, yes, it takes premium gas, but then you get more mileage out of it. So the idea of having an old Mercedes that will be a money pit hasn't really happened to me. I bought this in August of 2024. It's almost coming to a year, and I'm doing fine. So yeah, I backed out. I deleted the listing. I even had people contact me afterwards and said, hey, why isn't the car available anymore? And I was really honest with them. I was like, hey, the car that I wanted to get, or the cars that I was looking at, didn't really compare to this car. For what I paid for it, the condition it's in, with 84,000, 85,000 kilometers, not even 85,000 kilometers, what else am I gonna get? So I decided to keep it. What do you guys think? Did I make the right decision? I got back into my senses and made the right choice? Or do you think it's time to move on from this car and get something different and maybe get into an SUV, turning it into an off-roader, or maybe getting another sedan or something else? I really struggled with that because I couldn't really find anything else, but I really like to hear from you guys what you think. So if you like a W210 Mercedes and you want to see more of it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. So before I go, I want you to hear what this car sounds like now. Ready? It's a 25-year-old Mercedes. Doesn't get any better than this. Running out of roads.